Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekha HaKodash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. This is the brother Yeshaya, and this, quick video is going to be basically centered around the mind state that we are to have, you know, in light of the things that are happening in this world current day. All right, as uh, we all know, or some of us may know, my days run together sometimes, so I don't know what day it is. But today is 9/11. All right, September 11th, so called. Well, 9/11 so called, but September 11th. But we don't really know what month it is. But anyway, man, and we all know what happened yesterday. The situation with that the Kirk fellow. That situation happened last night, and it's it's a coincidence that it happened one day before their you know memorial for a job, inside job, that they were responsible for just to go into the Middle East. But that's neither here nor there. I digress. But yeah, I just wanted to read a couple sober-minded videos because scriptures, because I was watching videos today of apostles, the bishops, the elders, certain brothers, and the spirit is starting with the apostles warning us to really stay sober-minded and stay rooted in this thing of ours, stay rooted, in the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Because with this thing happening, okay, they're setting up for it was a psyop. Okay, we all know that. All right, well, most uh, of us that's in the know, we know that. All right, but you got to look at it from this standpoint. Outside of like certain so-called truthers and people like that, the so-called conspiracy theorists, which that's a psyop within itself. But anyway, um, yeah, because when two come together and make an agreement to do harm, all right, that's a conspiracy. So where do you get you add the word theory to it after it makes it a whole nother word. But anyway, I don't mean to go off subject, but yeah, just being sober minded, man. The spirit has it to where these men that are experienced and are older than us are telling us, okay, to be sober minded. And it's more overly for the ones that's just coming in, but we ought to stay doing what we have to do, man. Stay locked into the spirit, because you can get lackadaisical, and before you know it, you go on days without doing video, days without reading or whatnot, and then you have to snap back into it. But we're in a point of time right now where this thing can just pop off at any moment. It can pop off to the beginning of next year, man. All right. So yeah, this is a couple of verses about being sober minded. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil as a roaring lion walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Now, you know, when when we're reading the scriptures, there's basically a dichotomy of the spirit and the flesh. All right, but they do work together in certain things. But the spirit, okay, is the spirit of being sober minded is not heaping or adhering to these philosophies in the world, because as you can see, the majority of these people are basically engulfed in filth, whether it be well, it is a byproduct of the false prophet. Okay. And there are many false prophets. Anybody that does not come in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, comes in another name, that's a false prophet. All right, but the spirit of the false prophet that jumped out like a frog, like one of the three frogs, is talking about the Roman Catholic Church, which basically Catholicism is the breeding ground or the mother of all other religions that you see today. So we're being warned to be sober minded, okay, and hey, at this point you shouldn't even be listening to other camps, man. All right, listen to start with the apostles of GMS on down. Listen to the correct doctrine, the teachers that are teaching the correct doctrine. because you can find yourself listening to IUIC or any of these, guys, and then end up getting wooed. Like they might say something. If you playing with the spirit, the Lord may have it to where hey, he said his the deceiver and the deceived is his. So at any point in time, he can just say, hey, which is a scary thing, man. So that's why you can't be playing around. Stay focused in on the right doctrine. We watch certain videos of these other camps just to, correct them, okay? But just to watch them, just to see what they got to say, man, or you like the way that they congregated and stuff like that, that's off, man. We ain't in the time for that. 1 Peter 1:13, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober, okay? That's how you know it's talking about the spiritual aspect. All right. And hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua Mashiach. Titus 2:12, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. And this present world is full of filth, full of wine, okay? And these people are drunk off this Babylon juice, man. It's just something special that the Lord has set apart about the spirit that's in Babylon the Great and how strong it is, man. And we were once in there, until before the Lord gave us that eye salve to see what's going on. We were lost in the sauce as well, okay? So, knowing that, Baruch 4, and I think it's 26, knowing being therefore away from the Lord, seek him 10 times more, okay? And the number 10 is the number of perfection, so a set number, okay? And 10 is, yeah, it's a good number. Let's see. Titus 2:2, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith and charity and patience. So, we're getting older in this truth, and we're supposed to be examples to the younger men that's coming in, man. I myself, I haven't been in too long, okay? But, I have some years under my belt, which in turn, all right, if someone comes in, in this current day or 2025 or whatever, I am apt to teach. So and I will be able to, and that that's how we should look at ourselves, man. Even though we haven't been in, for us younger brothers, we haven't been in the truth for a long time. Just appreciate the gift that the Lord gave you, and you do your best with it to flip that talent, man. All right, and He'll increase you. James 1:5. I think that's it. That giveth if thou let's see, let's go there. All right, book of James, St. James chapter 1 and verse 5. Yeah, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. So there you go, just in case you know. Let's see. Romans 12:2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what that is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So yeah, we ought to separate from this world, man. All right. We are to separate from this world spiritually, and it's a hard thing because we have this filth of Babylon caked upon us, right? From however years prior that we came into the truth. But now, we are transformed. But it's still a hard thing because your flesh still has habits, still has, memories of things. Okay. And the flesh is still the flesh. So, and if the Lord sees you, you draw nigh to the Lord will draw nigh to thee, man. All right. And you try to seek the Lord to the best of your ability, and He sees you sincere, He's going to give you that increase, man. But yeah, I'm gonna end it with this one. This is Ephesians 5:18, and be not drunk with wine, wherein access, but be filled with the Holy Spirit. And that can go both ways, That can go on the physical level too. But right now, we're just focused on being sober-minded. Things are about to get crazy out here. Things are about to get hectic. We know what happened yesterday. Okay, that situation. All right, that wasn't just a mishap. Okay, look at the time. Look at the date that they chose to do it. The eve of whatever. Okay. And let's look at the times we're in, man. He knew if they have what a short time. So I'm going to end it with that. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.